welcome to the Shelly Studio and another midnight video editing session. Just kidding. Well, it is late, but no. This is another installment in the 100-day project. So this one is day 56. And I thought I'd mess around with this one, and I pulled out my Dina Wakley gloss sprays, which I haven't used in a while, and none of them really work very well. So you see there, I used a mister spray bottle attachment to spray some out of there. Anyway, thought it would make an interesting silhouette. It makes an interesting something. But it gave the plant a little bit more color, which it needed to stand out. And the colors from the packet that I pulled out for this day had some yellow, and then it had like that Titan buff that you see sitting there to the left. I do the yellow. I don't know why I tore it all out before thinking about it. But it's the same color practically as the plant. So, then I decide, well, it would look better on a lighter background so it stands out more. So I'm going to tear this one down to the right size and go with that one instead. So how's everyone doing? I've appreciated the comments on the last few videos. I've gotten a few comments, and I can't remember who it was. I just read it today. Said they hope I make it through all 100. I plan on it. Barring some unforeseen circumstance, I should make it. I am currently up to date. Let's see. Today was day 69, and I got that one done and posted on Instagram tonight. So I am there. Yeah, so. Alright, so the piece that I used as backdrop when I was spraying, I decided I would just include it in this little piece. I collage it on there, and I do that part, and then I decide that's too big. So, well, apparently I don't decide it before inking all the edges. So I darken all the edges just because I have this Distress Oxide and I hardly ever use it. So I pulled it out and used it because it kind of matched. See, but here I'm deciding it's almost as big as the background paper, and that won't do. So I chopped up a little section, and that's better. So that is what we're going to do. Just thinking about what I'm going to do with that yellow one. Alright, so we're going to glue it down using my Yoo-Hoo glue stick. I'm going to go to a craft store tomorrow. I've got to buy me some more glue, I think. Give me some Elmer's. Just a big stick. A thick stick would be nice. Alright, and I'm going to put the plant down with matte medium. I just thought that would be the easiest way since the strands are like super fine. The branches, whatever you want to call those things. And just use the matte medium to stick them to the surface. I end up with a little bit of a line on the right hand side because the brush with the matte medium went up against that tape, and I don't know if the tape was dirty or something in my paintbrush, but it left a kind of a sort of a dark shadow. It's minimal though. It'll be fine. So once I've got that down there, then I'm going to put this piece of watercolor paper that has the spray on it. I'm just going to glue it on there. I don't know. I thought it made it kind of interesting. Maybe if I went over it with a white Posca and nah, I don't know. And then for the yellow, since I had it out, I figured I would use it similar to what I did with the washi and make it look like a piece of tape holding that plant down. And that's it for day 56. Really simple, but I like it. It's a lot lighter than the ones I'd done in the recent past. Anyway, I do some other light ones later on. So this one, don't you just love that, I don't know, medicine wheel jelly print? I love that. That is quinacridone nickel azo gold glazed over brown. I think the stencil pattern is brown. This is day 57. And that stencil was from, it's the one that Patty Talley Parrish does, and I think it's her friend that does them underneath her name. Ice Stencils. Is it Ice Stencils? Anyway, I just love that pattern. And, yeah. You might have seen it in other pieces of paper randomly as I've been doing these, the 100-day project, because I have it in blue. Here I'm trying to determine the center and where, because I want to make sure the circle is in the center, and math is not my strong point. Fractions are terrible. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I do 3 3/4, what is half of that? And find my center and do that on each side. I think that's the measurement I use on this one. It could have been the wider measurement, 4 inches. Looks like it might have been 4 inches. I think maybe I made it easier on myself. Anyway, and I have this just a gold circle that was printed onto some tissue paper. And I just, because I felt like it needed layers, can't leave it alone. You know, I can't leave it alone. So I'm going to put it on there. But because it's tissue and I really love the background, I am going to use, I think I end up using gloss medium. Oh yeah, and I was thinking I needed some of that brown. But I think I end up using gloss medium to glue that circle down just to keep it shiny and to help the tissue paper disappear. But here I'm just tearing out a hunk of that brown, and whatever I end up using for nature is going to go on that. And yeah, I'm just fiddling around trying to decide where I want it to go. I think the glue stick runs out right there, and this is me swapping it for a new one. Edited that time out, so yeah. I took all the little glue stick ends and put them all together into one glue stick, and I don't know what I did with that. It's around here somewhere. Alright, so now that that is glued down, I am getting out the gloss medium, and I'm just going to do that circle. And it almost disappears, but it's just a little bit of a layer. I think when it dries, there's even, the tissue is even less noticeable, maybe. And now there ends up to be kind of a greenish tint to it. I don't know why. Oh, maybe I do know why. I think at this point in time, my brush water is tinted green from something I had created. That's why the tissue turned a little green. Rinse out your brushes, wash them every day. Don't be a slacker like I am. Alright, so I found a couple of feathers, and I'm going to put one of them on here, and I have a leftover piece of bark, and I thought it would be interesting to kind of tie it onto that piece of bark, so I've got some twine, some real thin twine that I'm going to wrap around and attach it with. I just thought that'd be real interesting. Did I ask you all how you were doing today? I hope everybody's well. And today, well, when you see this, it'll be Saturday. Hope you have a great Saturday. Hope it's good weather. We had lots of rain here today. Some areas actually got hailstones, but we just got a lot of rain. Sticking that down with my Gorilla Glue. And there we have it. See, doesn't that look kind of cool? That's day 57. I guess, I'm making them. I should like them, right? Okay. Day 58. Oh, guess what? It's going to be more bark and a stick. Surprise, surprise. So, I pulled out, I have like this interesting rice paper that has some metallic acrylic inks on it. And then I have that brayered off piece of paper that has a lot of brown. So, see, that's the rice paper. Very metallic-y. And so I thought they would make a good contrast with each other. And of course, can't just be flat. It's got to be crinkled and dimensional, right? And then I want a spot to put my piece of nature. At the moment I'm creating this, I don't know what my piece of nature is going to be. But I figure nothing's going to show up on that really dark brown background. So I take another piece of that rice paper, and then I have this piece of cardstock with brayered off paint, and I'm just going to layer it. And it almost looks like it's all one piece of paper when I'm done because the colors were so similar. The brown blends into the brown, and the blue looks like the metallics. So I forget and center this, and then I'm like, oh dang, okay, let's move it over. There we go. Okay. And then this part I'm going to stick on with a glue stick. And I'm just going to put it on and sort of crunch it as I put it on. Just 'cause. And then again, it's a piece of cardstock, so I'm using my glitter glue. And then the other piece, I think I used the glue stick on, the rice paper. So you almost can't tell that's two pieces of paper there. And then there it is. I have another piece of bark, and I wanted to add something to it, so I'm looking around and I have this like twig from the grapevines, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to incorporate it. And that bark has just this little round spot, and the stick fits right in there, so that's where it's going to go. I'll show you a picture at an angle at the end so you can see it. Hopefully you'll understand. And it makes it quite dimensional. So I'm going to put the bark down with the Gorilla Glue, and then the other, I'm going to use the glitter glue on the other part. So see, it's going to sit there. I'm going to mark it with, well, once I decide. There we go. Yeah, you decided. Come on. I'm going to mark it with a pencil so I know where to put the glue. And yeah, I couldn't really see the pencil marks, but, you know. It was a good effort. E for effort. I'm going to stick that there, and I think I put some tape to hold it in place because I didn't want to sit there and hold it the whole time. Oh, prop it up with the pencil. There you go. Just clean in the glue a little bit so it's not sticking out. And here in 1 second you'll see a close-up of it. There we go. See? Kind of fun, huh? So that was day 58. I actually have 5 days? 5 days on this tape. This one I think ends up pretty quick. This is just a piece of newsprint that I had cleaned off stencils or used leftover paint. I don't even remember it's that old. It's been so long in my stash papers. So I figured that would make an interesting background. And then I'm just going to take a little strip of the blue. It looks like the same brown. These might have come out of the same folder. I think I might have used the same folder 2 days in a row. That's possible. There's a lot of papers in those folders. I should do what APG Jamie does and have a drawing for the leftover scraps. You never know what you get when you do that. When you win one of those, you don't know. Anyway. Because I know some of these papers I'm getting pretty tired of. There's a few I still love and I would have a hard time getting rid of. I should make digital copies. I have a scanner. I should do that. Alright, so here is my layers. I'm going to put the brown as like a frame for the blue. And then I have that strip of blue, and I don't know, I felt like I needed to use it. So I end up tearing off a skinny strip, and it's going to go on the bottom. Just as a counterbalance, I guess. Kind of looks like a wall and a floor and a picture frame. That's what happens to me and abstract things. They always look like something. I can always associate them with some real object. So I think when I made this one, I think I already had in mind the piece of nature that was going on it. So once I have my backdrop created, now we've got to come up with the piece of nature. And I have this dried up branch from a plant. It's very dried up. And I decided I would put a little Aztec bronze on it. Just because I like shiny things. I think I decide to get the, well, you didn't see it, but I think I took some of the lighter gold color to lighten it up, because that antique bronze is kind of dark. And yeah, there's that one. So that one wasn't too long. So that was day 59. So this one is day 60. And I was going through some old journals. Like I'm doing a project with my friend. She's a travel agent, and we're just doing kind of scrapbooks. And so I was going through some journals because I'm going to do like a cool scrapbook junk journal type thing of my travels, and I'm picking one city, and then I'm going to like have a little label on there with different times that I've been there, dates and stuff. Anyways, so I was going through journals trying to find dates and places that I'd been. And in one of my journals, I actually had some pressed flowers. And I don't know what kind of flower this one is that ends up on this page, but it could have been from somewhere in the world I was traveling. I have no idea. I have no idea where it came from or why I had it. I actually had two, and the other one will probably end up in another page. But this one, I just like my solid braid colored pages, and I just took one solid one in that peach color and put a few blue in there. Yeah, it looks like landscape. And then I took a little bit of that brown and just tore a piece out, and it looks like a flower pot. And then I put the plant on there, so the plant looks like it's sitting in a flower pot. That's not very abstract, but I like it. You'll have to tell me, though, which one you like this time. I love hearing what one's your favorites, and I have to go back and look and go, now, what one was that one? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this is the flower I found, and the journal it was in is from 2001. So that's how old that flower is. It's pretty dry. And I'm going to use I use matte medium on it, put matte medium on the back side, and then set it down and put matte medium on the front. Just hoping that none of the blossoms will fall off. And so far that's been working for things that I've been doing. If I can hold on to it. It's going to go right there, and we're just going to add a little bit more on top. Anyways, I hope you've been enjoying these. If you have, let me know. Leave me a like, a comment, and thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.